Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the latest 90-day Fiancé news update. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about and controversial storylines from 90-day Fiancé season 11. This season introduced viewers to that instantly grabbed attention: Amani Jlassi, her husband Matt, and their girlfriend Annie. From the very first episode, fans knew this wasn't going to be a typical love story. And as more details started coming out, the situation became even more complicated. Amani and Matt are parents from San Diego, California. On the surface, they appear to be a stable married couple, raising their children and living a comfortable life. However, everything changed when Amani met Annie during a trip to Mexico. Annie, who worked as a stripper, caught Amani's attention. Immediately, Amani openly identifies as bisexual, and instead of hiding her attraction, she decided to explore it. What makes this situation even more surprising is that she involved her husband Matt in the process. Rather than reacting with jealousy or shutting the idea down, Matt agreed to explore a throuple relationship at first. Some fans believed this might just be a temporary experiment or a storyline exaggerated for reality television. But according to the couple, their relationship with Annie lasted for over a year. During that time, they built an emotional connection and started considering a future together. That future, however, comes with serious legal and emotional consequences. If they want to bring Annie to the United States on a K-1 visa, one major obstacle stands in their way. Only one person can legally sponsor and marry her. That means Amani and Matt would need to get divorced, so that either Amani or Matt could legally marry Annie. The idea of divorce immediately shocked viewers. Many fans began questioning whether they were truly serious about ending their marriage, or whether this was simply a dramatic storyline to keep audiences engaged. Divorce is not a small decision, especially when children are involved. Critics quickly pointed out that making such a life-changing choice for a relatively new relationship could have long-term consequences for their family. As the season continues, viewers are still waiting to see whether Amani and Matt will actually go through with the divorce or if this is simply talk. While fans speculate about their future, the couple appears to be forming connections with other cast members from the franchise. Recently, a selfie surfaced on Instagram that caught everyone's attention. The photo was originally posted by Josh Weinstein and later reshared by the blogger 90dayfiance_Alexa. In the picture, Josh is taking a selfie while Amani, Matt, and Rob Warren can be seen in the background. The location tag revealed they were all hanging out in downtown San Diego, California. This unexpected meet immediately sparked rumors. Why were Josh and Rob spending time with Amani and Matt? Was this just a friendly gathering, or was there something more strategic behind it? The blogger who reposted the image added fuel to the fire by captioning it, "Now we see where the hate for Sophie came from." That comment suggested that alliances might be forming within the franchise. For those who have followed the drama, Josh previously faced accusations of faking his relationship with Natalie for fame. It was revealed that he allegedly had a long-term girlfriend before appearing on the show, leading many viewers to question his authenticity. Rob, on the other hand, has had his own share of controversy involving Sophie and social media drama. When Sophie began selling waist trainers to fans struggling with weight loss, Amani reportedly criticized or targeted her online. Some viewers believe Amani's friendship with Rob and Josh could explain why she chose to involve herself in that situation. Another layer of controversy comes from Amani and Matt's past television appearance. Before joining 90-day Fiancé, they were featured on the Netflix series How to Get Rich. On that show, there were no signs of them being interested in a throuple relationship. Instead, the focus was on their finances and relationship dynamics. Amani was portrayed as the primary breadwinner, while Matt reportedly had limited financial control. The couple appeared to struggle with communication issues, which makes fans wonder whether the throuple storyline developed naturally or if it emerged later for attention because of this history. Critics have accused Amani and Matt of chasing fame. Reality television can be addictive, and once someone experiences the spotlight, it can be difficult to step away. Some viewers believe their interest in maintaining relevance within the franchise could push them to create dramatic storylines. Others argue that relationships evolve and that exploring non-traditional dynamics does not automatically mean their feelings aren't genuine. There's also the question of what happens if their relationship with Annie falls apart. International relationships already come with challenges such as cultural differences, distance, and visa complications. Adding a third partner into the mix only increases the complexity. If the relationship ends badly, not only would emotions be hurt, but the stability of their family could also be affected still. There's always the possibility that Amani and Matt are sincere. Some fans appreciate the representation of bisexuality and alternative relationship structures on mainstream television. They argue that love doesn't always fit into traditional boxes, and that viewers should keep an open mind. However, even supporters admit that legally divorcing for a K-1 visa is an extreme step. Another theory circulating online is that Amani and Matt could be looking within the 90-Day Fiancé franchise itself for opportunities. Forming friendships with controversial cast members keeps them connected to the larger reality TV universe. The more dramatic and talked about the storyline, the more likely they are to secure future appearances, spin-offs, or social media attention. In today's entertainment world, staying relevant often means staying controversial. As of now, nothing has been confirmed about whether the divorce will actually happen. The couple continues to appear together publicly, and their social media activity suggests they're enjoying the attention. Whether this throuple becomes a lasting love story or a cautionary tale remains to be seen. One thing is certain. Their storyline has successfully captured viewers' attention. Every new photo, every social media interaction, and every episode adds another layer to the mystery. Are they genuinely in love with any? Are they risking everything for happiness? Or are they carefully crafting a narrative that keeps cameras rolling? Fans will have to keep watching to find out what really happens next. Day Fiancé airs Sundays at 8 p.m. EST on TLC. And if this storyline continues at this pace, Season 11 might become one of the most talked about seasons in recent history. As this storyline continues to unfold, viewers are beginning to analyze every small detail that Amani, Matt, and Annie share both on and off screen. Social media has become a major part of the conversation, and fans are closely watching Instagram stories, reposts, comments, and even subtle likes to try to figure out what's really going on behind the scenes. The more visible Amani and Matt become within the 90-Day Fiancé circle, the more questions arise about their true intentions. One major concern many viewers have expressed is about the children involved. Amani and Matt are not just reality TV personalities, they are parents. Divorce, even if done for visa purposes, is still a legal and emotional process. Fans are asking whether the children fully understand what is happening and how this unconventional relationship dynamic might impact them long-term. While the show focuses heavily on romance and drama, the real-life consequences extend far beyond what is shown on camera at the same time. There's growing debate about whether the K-1 visa plan is even realistic. The K-1 visa process is already complicated for traditional couples. Adding a throuple dynamic into the equation could create additional scrutiny. Immigration authorities carefully examine relationships to determine authenticity. If Amani and Matt divorce solely so one of them can marry any, that decision could raise serious questions. Viewers familiar with the franchise know that visa denials and delays are common even in straightforward cases. This makes fans wonder whether the divorce discussion is more of a storyline hook rather than a genuine next step. Meanwhile, their connection with Josh and Rob continues to spark speculation. Josh, who previously faced backlash over his relationship with Natalie, understands the pressures of being accused of chasing fame. Rob has also been at the center of intense online drama. By aligning themselves with controversial figures, Amani and Matt are positioning themselves in a very specific way within the franchise ecosystem. Reality television often operates like a social network where alliances matter. Cast members who stay connected to others tend to remain relevant longer. Some viewers believe Amani is especially strategic. During their appearance on How to Get Rich, she was portrayed as confident, financially savvy, and very aware of how she presents herself. That appearance showed a different side of their marriage, one centered around money management and power dynamics rather than romance experimentation. Back then, there were visible communication struggles between Amani and Matt. Critics now argue that introducing a third partner might not solve underlying issues but instead amplify them. However, supporters of the throuple argue that relationships evolve. They point out that sexuality and emotional needs can change over time. Amani being open about her bisexuality has resonated with some viewers who appreciate the visibility. In mainstream reality TV, polyamorous or throuple relationships are still rare. For some fans, seeing this dynamic on a major franchise like 90-Day Fiancé represents progress, even if the situation is messy. Another layer to this drama is public perception. When Sophie began promoting waist trainers to her followers, controversy followed. Amani's apparent criticism of Sophie online led to accusations of jealousy or opportunism. Some fans believe Amani may have inserted herself into that situation to strengthen her connection with Rob and Josh. Whether intentional or coincidental, these interactions keep her name circulating in fan discussions. There's also the possibility that producers are encouraging certain story beats. Reality TV is rarely completely organic. While emotions may be real, editing, timing, and narrative framing play a huge role in shaping how viewers perceive events. The divorce cliffhanger is a perfect example of high-stakes storytelling. Even if the couple ultimately decides not to go through with it, the mere suggestion creates suspense and keeps audiences tuning in week after week. Looking ahead, there are several possible outcomes. One scenario is that Amani and Matt decide not to divorce, choosing instead to maintain a long-distance relationship with Annie. Another possibility is that one partner legally marries Annie while maintaining an emotional commitment to the other. Though this would significantly change their marital structure, there's also the chance that the relationship with Annie doesn't survive the pressure of public scrutiny and legal complications. Public pressure itself can be overwhelming. Once a couple becomes controversial, every action is dissected. Supporters defend them passionately, while critics question every motive. That constant spotlight can strain even the strongest relationships. If Amani and Matt are indeed serious about building a future with Annie, they will need more than just media attention. They will need stability, trust, and clear communication at the end of the day. Reality TV thrives on uncertainty. The unanswered questions surrounding this throuple keep viewers emotionally invested. Is this a groundbreaking love story, challenging traditional norms? Or is it a calculated attempt to extend their time in the spotlight? As long as fans continue debating, the storyline remains successful. With new episodes airing weekly on TLC, audiences won't have to wait long to see how the next chapter unfolds. And if history within the franchise has taught us anything, it's that surprises are always around the corner. As anticipation builds with each new episode, fans are beginning to look beyond the surface-level drama and examine the psychological dynamics of this relationship. A throuple requires an entirely different level of communication, emotional maturity, and security compared to a traditional two-person marriage. Jealousy, insecurity, and power imbalance can easily surface, especially when cameras are constantly present. Many viewers have started questioning whether Matt is truly comfortable with this arrangement, or if he is simply going along with Amani's wishes to avoid conflict. Body language experts and longtime fans of Joshua Fiance have pointed out subtle moments on screen where Matt appears hesitant or unsure. While he verbally expresses support for the relationship with Annie, some believe his facial expressions tell a different story. Reality television editing can amplify these moments, but audiences have become skilled at spotting inconsistencies. If Matt harbors any doubts, those emotions could intensify if divorce proceedings become real rather than hypothetical. On the other side of the equation is Annie. Moving to the United States under a K-1 visa would completely transform her life. She would be entering not just a marriage but an unconventional family structure with children involved. Cultural differences, language barriers, and public scrutiny would all add additional layers of stress. Viewers are wondering whether Annie fully understands the magnitude of what she might be stepping into. Is she emotionally prepared for the pressure of becoming part of a throuple in front of a national audience? Some fans have also started speculating about financial motivations. Immigration processes, international travel, and legal procedures are expensive. Given Amani's portrayal as the primary breadwinner during their appearance on How to Get Rich, questions about financial control have resurfaced. Could money be influencing decision-making within this relationship? Critics argue that when one partner holds financial power, relationship dynamics can become uneven. Supporters counter that financial stability might actually make the transition easier if the move does happen. The franchise itself has a long history of dramatic love triangles, but a full throuple dynamic pushes boundaries further than most past storylines. Over the years, 90 Day Fiancés introduced viewers to couples facing massive age gaps, cultural clashes, and shocking secrets. However, this situation feels different because it challenges the legal framework of marriage in the United States. The show thrives on pushing emotional limits, and this storyline may be one of its boldest yet. Meanwhile, the online community continues dissecting every development. Fan pages, bloggers, and commentary channels debate whether Amani and Matt are being authentic. The resurfaced photo with Josh and Rob continues to fuel theories about strategic alliances. Reality TV history shows that cast members who stay socially active within the franchise tend to appear in spin-offs, reunion specials, and crossover events. Staying visible increases longevity, whether intentional or not. Amani and Matt's networking keeps them relevant. There's also growing discussion about how producers might handle the narrative if the relationship with Annie collapses. Breakups often generate even more attention than successful love stories. Emotional confrontations, tearful confessions, and dramatic ultimatums make compelling television. If tensions rise between Amani and Matt over jealousy or trust, viewers could witness some of the most intense scenes of the season at the same time. there remains a possibility that this unconventional relationship genuinely works for them. Polyamorous relationships, when built on consent and clear boundaries, can function successfully. Some fans have shared personal stories online about alternative relationship structures that thrive with honesty and communication. For those viewers, seeing a throuple represented on a mainstream platform like 90 Day Fiancés is meaningful, even if the portrayal is dramatic. Another important factor is public reputation. Once labeled as fame seekers, it becomes difficult for cast members to change that perception. Josh previously dealt with accusations about his intentions, and Rob faced his own controversies. By associating with polarizing figures, Amani and Matt risk reinforcing negative narratives about themselves. However, controversy often equals screen time in the world of reality TV. The louder the conversation, the stronger the ratings. Looking ahead, everything hinges on action rather than words. Talking about divorce is one thing. Filing legal paperwork is another. Discussing a K-1 visa is one thing. Completing the complex application process is another. Until viewers see concrete steps, skepticism will remain. The show has mastered the art of cliffhangers, and the uncertainty keeps audiences emotionally invested. As new episodes continue airing on TLC, speculation will only intensify. Whether this throuple becomes a groundbreaking success story, a cautionary tale about chasing fame, or simply another dramatic chapter in franchise history, one thing is clear: fans are watching closely, and with tensions rising, alliances forming, and life-changing decisions looming. The next phase of this journey could shift everything for Amani, Matt, and any